Texas Baptist. It's a privilege to be with you, and exciting to hear about the partnership that you've already heard discussed. Just want to say a couple of words in general about chaplaincy. Churches wonder how they can do ministry on warships and battlefields and hospital rooms, and you do that through folks like me. You endorse us, you call us to be chaplains, you send us out, and we do the ministry. And so I'm privileged to be at the Pentagon now. I've been active duty for about 23 years. And as I look back on the journey, if 23 years ago you had said, take out a 3x5 card and just jot down the perfect life for you, what would it be? I could not have come close to the Army chaplaincy. And what's ironic about that is I had no idea that that even existed when I was called into the ministry. So there I am, pre-law at University of Texas, thinking I'm going to go to law school afterwards. I get called into the ministry, and it's a vague sort of a call. I just know the next step is to go to seminary. So I go to seminary, and I'm interviewing at this place called Southwestern down in Texas. And the admissions counselor was very concerned because he needed me to say what I felt like I was called to. He said, well, are you called to be a pastor of a church? And I said, well, I don't know. I really don't know. Are you called to be an evangelist? I don't. Well, what about a youth minister? Well, what about a music? He rattles down all this list, and finally I said, look, all I know is I'm supposed to be at seminary. If that's not good enough for you, I will go find another place. And he said, no, that's not what we're saying. Come on in. So 2 years of plugging along obedience goes by, and then I get a neighbor named Al Kovach, about 3 doors down. Al had been drafted during the Vietnam War. Just the crustiest old guy you could ever imagine, and I came to love him dearly. He became a Christian under the ministry of his unit chaplain in Vietnam. And his vision then, after his call to ministry, was to get out of the service, go to college, go to seminary, and come back as an Army chaplain. And that was Al's journey. One day in 1988, he said, have you ever thought about the Army chaplaincy? And I said, nope, didn't even know it existed. And here I am, all these years later, because a guy who was faithful asked me if that's maybe what the calling was. So I would just encourage you, you have people in your churches that God is calling, and you're going to be the one to train them up and ordain them and send them out to get to do some of the cool stuff like I've gotten to do in the name of Christ. So thank you for being here, thank you for the invitation, thank you for the partnership, and thank you for supporting chaplaincy.
I always feel like I need to stand at attention next to him. He outranks me. My name is Eric Whitmore. I'm associate for Bobby Smith. He regrets that he cannot make it here for health reasons. He was quite upset that he couldn't join y'all and be a part of your lives and your ministry here today. I wanted to say 2 things really briefly. One is from our executive director, David Hartage, for Baptist General Convention of Texas. Thank you for taking time, for coming to help with hurricane recovery after Harvey, for continuing to support communities, churches, and the ministry that we have in Southeast Texas. Thank you. It means so much to us that you want to be a part of our lives and to help our communities out. Thank you for that. The second thing is to thank you for our partnership with chaplaincy. And what a great opportunity to serve together alongside as we send our chaplains, our ministers, out into the hospitals, out into the battlefields, out into the federal prisons, the state prisons. We even have biker chaplains and RV chaplains. Thank you for allowing us to join you in that ministry today. Thirdly, I wanted to briefly just inform John that we have given him an honorary endorsement as a chaplain emeritus for Texas Baptist.
Wow, thank you. That will be treasured, I can assure you. Todd, thank you for being our endorser. I know you're a busy pastor, but this touches close to your heart. And thank you for representing Virginia Baptist so ably. And you go with our prayers and our full support. God bless.